Okay, well, I finished my supper. I'm not going to finish this sandwich. I don't like it. I never tasted a salmon sandwich that had a vinegar taste to it before, but for some reason it tastes a bit like vinegar. Anyway, if I find a waste receptacle, I'll throw it away. But oh, there we go, right over there. There's one. Okay. Well, let's. You know what though? There's one near the bridge too. We'll go and throw it away by the bridge. We'll go for a walk through Stewart Park. We will. That's the old Code Mansion. That is on the other side of the river. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I wondered what these were. These are lights. I guess these light up the trees at night. Yeah. All right, let's keep moving here. See you there? Okay. Yeah. Battery on the phone is kind of low, so we'll toss that and that. Yeah. You keep the good things though. Ha. Willow tree. This is a new bridge. There was a bridge here previous to this, but it kind of rotted out and became unsafe and unstable. But yeah, let's go across the bridge. I'm talking kind of low because I'm in Perth and I'm making a video, and people here can be kind of funny, and I'm always a little bit paranoid when I'm here. I always kind of keep a low profile in Perth. It's my hometown, but I'm not comfortable here at all. Really, it's a beautiful, beautiful town aesthetically. Oh, but you know, if people heard me talking and saw me making a video, you never know, the police might be called on me or anything. So that's why I'm as careful as I am when I'm in town here. There's the old Perth water tower, built in 1939. My grandpa, my dad's dad, actually was part of the making of that. He was involved in that because he worked as an electrician for the town. But yeah. So he was one of the ones, my grandpa was one of the ones that built that water tower anyway. But let's keep moving. Yeah, I'm always a little bit cautious when I'm in Perth. I've had some pretty awful experiences in this town. And if somebody here, somebody with money, calls the police on you because you've disturbed them in some way, the police here can be pretty brutal on people who don't have money. So you got to be very careful. Here we go. Beautiful old mansion up there. Hello. I always try not to get people in the shot because they may not want to be in a video. So you got to be respectful. Plus, like I say, it's also about not raising anybody's ire, you know. Yeah, this is the former residence of Judge Short. It is. Oh, 1837. Yeah, pretty neat. let's go this way, and we'll see the Rainbow Bridge. Yeah. There are some beautiful old buildings in this town. If you look at that fence even, that's a real work of art, you know. All these things were made by stonemasons. A lot of them, if not all of them, immigrants from Scotland back in the 1800s, in the early 1800s at that. Anyway, you can see there the fence winds right around. There'd be a lot of work in building that. A lot of hard work, but it's very nice. It's quite beautiful to look at and solid. Okay, here's the Rainbow Bridge. When I was young, I remember a big thing to do if you were in town. I lived in the country, but if I was in town and had access to a bicycle, a big thing to do was to come over this bridge really fast on your bike. It was quite a thrill, as you might well imagine. There's the Tay River. I don't want to drop my phone. Well, pretty. Yeah. Anyway, this just goes down, and then there's a street over there and stuff. The park ends here. Yeah, it was a big thing though to ride your bike really fast right up through here, and then when you get to the bottom there, you had to be careful because you go into that yard. I don't think there was a fence there at the time, but still, you wouldn't want to go into somebody's yard. And, you know, that wouldn't be a good idea, really. But anyway, it was quite a thrill going up over this thing really fast. Yeah, I did it a few times. Let's continue up this way. Now this here is what's called Haggart's Dam in here. On the other side of all this, it's Haggart's Dam. It is. Over that way, that's the steeple of St. John the Baptist Roman Catholic Church, which was actually my church when I was young. It was. That's the church I was baptized in, and the church I attended with my grandparents when I was a kid and a young man. Ooh. It's a beautiful evening. It's really nice. Okay, here we go. Yeah. I feel a little more comfortable here right now because there's nobody around. I like Perth when there's nobody around. I do. Anyway, that's Haggart's Dam there. Step over the rocks here. Alrighty. Yeah. One good thing about this new phone is it has a lot more memory than the old phone. so I can actually record longer videos, which is really good. Anyway, I am low on battery though. The battery in this thing is wanting to die soon. Let's go back over here. There's an interesting story actually. When my mom was pregnant with me, and my mom and my dad had eloped because my mom's parents didn't approve of the relationship. My mom and my dad actually went to the courthouse and got married, and the judge who married them was Judge Short. And Judge Short, this was his house anyway. It was Judge Short's house. Yeah. So my mom and dad were married by Judge Short, who owned the house here. Years later, when I was driving a taxi cab, Judge Short had passed away, and I used to pick his wife up quite often and bring her home from different places where she was in town. She didn't drive. Really nice lady. Not everybody in Perth is horrible to deal with, but there are just enough of them that it makes it difficult is all. But anyway, Mrs. Short was a very nice lady. I always had a great deal of respect for her anyway, and I always thought very highly of her. I never met her husband, but her husband was already gone by the time I was driving a taxi. But I knew that it was her husband that had married my parents. I told her that one time when I was taking her home in my car, in my taxi. I told her that it was her husband that had performed the ceremony for my parents, married them, you know. Anyway, it's quite pretty here, as you can see. Yeah. Let's keep walking. Beautiful willow trees, too. Yeah. I decided to come here to do this video at this time of night because I figured there would be fewer people around, which there are, and also because it's just kind of nicer the way the light hits and everything. I really like the way the light hits at this time of night, and I figured this park being as pretty as it is, it would be a perfect, very much a perfect time to make this video. Anyway, there's the bridge we came over on the way here. The town hall is up there. The main street, Gore Street, is up there. Gore Street is named after an old military man. I think he was a general, but don't quote me on that. I may be wrong. Anyway, I want to go over the bridge, but I don't want to bother anybody while I do it. Because again, I do have a certain, well, I guess I just have a lot of fear here. That's all I do. I'm afraid of people in this town. Maybe I shouldn't be anymore, but I am. So, that stone building over there was a felt mill. When I was young, that was cold felt. It had been a felt mill since the 1800s. It's no longer a felt mill. Of course, they use a lot of steam in the felt making process. And when I was young, they had a steam whistle that they would sound every morning and at lunchtime, and again at quitting time. When they were changing shifts, they'd sound a steam whistle. And you used to hear that steam whistle all over town. And I recall that anyway. That was just a memory I have from when I was a kid, and when I was a young man. In fact, I lived above the Royal Bank, which is up that way, for 28 years, from when I was 20 until I was 48. And I often heard that whistle when I was home. You know, it's literally just down the street. But, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So, now I can go over the bridge. There's a better view of the felt mill. Just getting a little closer on it. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. This was a factory at one time too. I can't remember now what they made here. I think they might have made bolts, like, you know, metal bolts and nuts and whatnot, fasteners. But I'm not 100% certain of that. I believe that's what they made here. When I was a kid, this was closed. They weren't producing anything here anymore. And it was just kind of an abandoned factory. But now it's been turned into condominiums. All right, let's keep moving. Yeah, that there's the steeple of the Anglican Church. I'm just pausing because I also want to get some screenshots. So that's why I pause sometimes like I do. There's the bridge there. That's just a miniature version of the Rainbow Bridge. All right, we'll keep moving. All right, well, we're leaving the park now. For my next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you a walk up Foster Street and Gore Street. That'll be my next video. Yeah. When I first moved into the Royal Bank building on Gore Street in 1988, one of our a couple that was my neighbor, that were my neighbors, was a couple by the name of Tom and Norma Whalen. And Tom Whalen was actually the felt salesman for Cold Felt. That was his job. Yeah. Poor Tom ended up dying from seizures. He started taking seizures, and they eventually just wore him down and he died. They knocked out different parts of his brain, and then he couldn't, yeah, see, Cold's Mill since 1841. Tom Whalen, he got that he couldn't eat anymore and he starved to death because the part of his brain that would regulate his appetite and whatnot got knocked out, and he just couldn't take food. If he tried to eat, he'd just be sick, you know. Anyway, I'm going to turn this off now and I'm going to start a new video because we're now entering the downtown area. All right. Okay, let me go back a bit. I want to be able to get a shot of this. All right, bye for now.